Do you want to take control of your finances? Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Do you find yourself in a situation where you are paid your salary, but 1 week or exactly 2 weeks down the line, you have no money? And you're wondering how you're going to survive through the month. The 50-30-20 budgeting rule is a budgeting hack that can help you allocate your expenses into 3 categories and help you to manage your finances. My name is Bellin. Please subscribe to this video as I'm going to take you through the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. Kindly press the subscribe button. Now, the 50-30-20 budgeting rule classifies expenditures or your expenses into 3 categories. The first category is the necessary expenditures, necessary expenses. The second category is discretionary expenditures. And the third category is savings and debts. So the 50-30-20 budgeting rule requires that 50% of your disposable income is allocated towards your necessary expenditures. And what are these necessary expenditures? These are the expenditures that you must incur. These are expenditures that if you do not incur, or these are things that if you do not spend on, you are likely to be stripped of your human dignity. Expenditures like clothing, lazima uvae nguo. Expenditures like food or groceries. Expenditures like your transport to and from work, whether you're driving, your fuel, or if you're using public, your fare. Expenditures like accommodation or your rent. So 50% of your disposable income needs to be allocated to your necessary expenditures, the expenditures that you cannot do without, including your utilities. Now, 30% of your disposable income needs to be allocated or can be allocated to your discretionary expenditures. These are the expenditures that are at your sole discretion. You can spend or not spend. Which are some of these discretionary expenditures? Your personal development. For instance, you want to go back and further your education. That's a discretionary expenditure. If you don't go back for your doctorate degree, you will not be stripped of your human dignity. Your hobbies, financing your hobbies. You like climbing, or you like cycling, or you like horse riding, or you like to play golf. That's a discretionary expenditure. Your entertainment, going for holidays, your Friday drink out with friends. 30% of your disposable income is the amount that needs to be allocated towards your discretionary expenditures. These are expenditures for entertainment, like I have said, and your personal development. And then the remaining 20% of your disposable income can then be allocated towards savings and debt. If you do not have debt, then you can allocate 20% of your disposable income towards your savings. The 50-30-20 budgeting rule. 50% to your necessary expenditures, 30% to your discretionary expenditures, and the remaining 20% to your debt payment and savings. Budgeting. Now, if you do not have a budget, if you don't budget, your money will find its own path. It will find its own way. The budget will help you to direct your money and put it into good use. it will give your money a path to follow. And money is very obedient. It's very obedient. If you direct it, it will follow exactly that path that you direct it towards. And if you don't give your money direction, it will find its own direction. And that's why you find that 1 week after your salary have been credited, you can't tell what you spent your money on, and you also don't have the money. It's because you did not direct your money where it needs to go. And you can only direct your money where it needs to go when you have a proper budget. How can you do this budget? How would you know? How would you know what needs to be going into this 50% of your necessary expenditures? Now, before your salary has been credited or before you earn, you need to have listed down your monthly expenditures. If you can't remember them, then you can be doing it daily. You can have an Excel sheet somewhere in your phone or your machine where every single day you list down all your expenditures for that day, so that at the end of the month, you can know exactly where your money is going to. You'll only be able to know that when you list down your expenditures, and then before you earn or before your payment has been credited to your account, you can then now budget. From that list that you had made, you can see if the 50% of them was spent on your necessary expenditures. If not, you can see where to shrink the budget or the things to knock off, so that you can fit within that 50-30-20 budgeting rule. And so the 50-30-20 budgeting rule, it's a simple hack, but it's a very critical and important instrument or financial instrument that can help you to attain financial freedom simply by following the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. Very small steps can create or can give you very big impacts. Of course, when you're able to budget, then you're able to avoid wastage or avoid spillage, and whatever wastage you had, you can reroute that towards your savings. And it's through these savings that you're able to attain financial freedom. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that YouTube can push out this video to more people, and so that you don't miss out on my next videos. Thank you.
Amen.